how you can get your hands on a Bitcoin.
That's not Bitcoin.
Are you sure? It's like it's got to be on it and everything. Like it's got to be on it.
Well, if that's Bitcoin, then this would be wrapped Bitcoin.
That's a wrap, folks.
Because it's wrapped.
Okay, in all seriousness. Guys, and welcome to Money Code Live, priming you for success in the current climate. I'm Cindy.
And that makes me Shawn.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? Firstly, if you haven't already, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It will mean the world to us. And we're going to talk about this little magic coin. What is it? How to buy Bitcoin, people! Like how to buy this shiny little coin. How you can get your hands on a Bitcoin.
That's not Bitcoin.
Are you sure? It's like it's got to be on it and everything. Like it's got to be on it.
Well, if that's Bitcoin, then this would be wrapped Bitcoin.
That's a wrap, folks.
Because it's wrapped.
Okay, in all seriousness, I want to talk about, because this is like the latest craze. I'm seeing people like Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, like people are like making their own coins, like trying to get in on this Bitcoin thing because they don't know how to buy Bitcoin. Let's just be real. Because if they knew how to buy Bitcoin, would they be making their own coin?
Yeah, because there's good money in selling your own coin.
True, that's true. Anyway.
But that's even assuming that they've done it. It could be anybody that created it and used their name. We don't know really yet. So point being, a lot of people have been asking, how do I buy? How do I get in? And I've even had people stop me in person and asking me, can you help out over here? It's like, we'll spend half an hour on Google and research it,
or just watch our video.
Beside that, point is we have been asked, and hey, might as well just answer it.
Might as well just answer this question.
The easy answer is there is no easy answer.
I know. It's like asking somebody how long is a piece of string. You know, that common thing like, how long is a piece of string? And you're like, oh, just give me the freaking answer. The long and short of it, it depends on the jurisdiction. It depends on where in the world you are, what country in the world you are. So I'm going to put that caveat on that. We don't know where you are or, what the laws are at the time of you watching this video in your country is. So we're just going to tell you the things that we have been doing and the things that we know about.
Well, it's pretty much like asking, how do I buy gold? Mm-hmm. It's like, well, first of all, what gold do you want? Do you want coins? Do you want bullion? Do you want paper gold? Do you want secondary gold? Investing in a company that's mining gold, for example. There's so much complexity to it, and then you haven't even got to where are you in the world and what's your financial situation, because there's a big difference between investing $200 and $2 million, and literally the laws are different and the opportunities available to you are different.
So with that said
though, with Bitcoin, luckily there's less restriction in terms of what you can do until you start getting into the really big money, and then it starts becoming complex. But as for the rest of us, it's pretty much the same, whether you're looking at 200 or 2,000 or 20,000.
Okay. So what's that? I'm firstly going to say, here's the thing. If you go to any site, any person out there, any website out there that says they're physically going to send you your Bitcoin like this, run. Like, this is not Bitcoin. This is just a marketing gimmick of a representation of what if Bitcoin was a physical coin, what it more than likely would look like. I know some people in the past, like if you did buy like a Bitcoin contract or whatever, just out of funniness and good things, they would send you a coin to represent, hey, you have a contract with them. But it is just a novelty. It is just a gimmick. So run as fast as you can if somebody says they're going to physically send you Bitcoin, because obviously they don't know what Bitcoin is.
They can't. We've also been speaking to a few people that have given over money to people that didn't actually give them their Bitcoin, as in they weren't holding their own keys.
Yeah.
And that's extremely relevant, because it means that then you don't actually own anything. And the time when the person disappears, changes their phone number and changes their address, you've got no leg to stand on. You've given them your money.
We've had a good friend of ours that at the time, like You know, some people they're like, oh, I don't want to ask for advice. Like, I know what I'm doing. And that's your biggest mistake. When you don't do any research and you're just like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm research everything. Even what we tell you, go and look it up for yourself. Go and see, do you like the company? Do you think it's, because I mean, a good friend of ours lost $30,000 and thinking that she was buying Bitcoin, but she actually wasn't. It was just you're buying, you know, when you trade Bitcoin, that's all that it was. There wasn't any physical Bitcoin. It was just a trade.
Well, she was trusting the word of somebody that said that he was trading.
Yeah.
But there's no evidence that he was in the first instance.
So
And then he just disappeared.
So now, guys,
Right. So after that whole lot of scariness,
very hesitant.
you definitely still want to buy Bitcoin.
I know, like even with that, still want to buy Bitcoin. So to answer the question, how do you buy Bitcoin? There is 2 or 3 places that we trust to buy Bitcoin, and that I'll put the link down below. I personally use crypto.com. And it is an app that you can download on your phone. They do have a wallet that you can download as well. That is where you can store your Bitcoin on. We will do a video on what wallets are and what keys are and all that kind of thing. Just to keep it simple. For this video, we're just going to be talking about how can you buy Bitcoin or where to buy Bitcoin is.
The nice thing about crypto.com is they're big enough to be reputable, but your purchases are still stored on their system, right, under their custody, which means that under their main system, you don't actually hold your Bitcoin itself. They're holding it on your behalf.
But you can physically see it. You can, you see it on the app.
And unlike PayPal and guys like that, they actually allow you to transfer out, right? But that's actually really nice when you don't have thousands to invest.
You're only dealing with hundreds.
Because you can buy $100, $80, $120, right? And when it's actually more substantial, then you can transfer everything out into your own wallet. And what that means is that you're not then paying $40, $50 in fees
Transaction fees,
every time you want to transfer $100. Right?
And the cool thing is what I also like about crypto.com, it kind of has a set and I'm getting all tongue tied. It has a set and forget option, so you can set up like an automatic payment to go out every month. You want to buy $50 of Bitcoin, and what I like about that is a term in the industry called dollar cost average. So it doesn't matter if the price is up there or it's there, it averages out over time because you're buying the same amount every week or every month, and you just keep investing and investing, and the money goes up, you know, month to month as it fluctuates and that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But dollar cost average is the way to go. And I personally believe in just holding it. But again, what you do with the Bitcoin, how you do with the Bitcoin, that's totally up to you. The next place that you can buy Bitcoin from is Mycelium. You looking at me? You can buy Bitcoin on Mycelium on the app.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. Oh my God, like he's arguing with me. Yes, you can.
You can't.
Yes, you can. I'll show you.
When you click buy on Mycelium, the purchase is through crypto.com.
But you can still buy on it. Like, still buy on it. I'm just saying you can still buy on like Mycelium. It's another option, but it's also a place where you can store your Bitcoin as well. It's a wallet.
There's several exchanges. Guys like Bybit, right, are pretty massive.
That's the thing as well. You can go buy on exchanges.
Locally in New Zealand, you've got guys like BitPrime.
Also, depending on where in the world you are, you can actually go to
New Zealand, Australia.
I know in Australia you can actually go to the post office. So your post shop, you can. So let's say this. It depends on where in the world you are. In Australia, you can go to your local post shop.
In America, there's now I think over 30,000 already, maybe 40,000 by now. Bitcoin ATMs.
Yeah. So there you go. Find your nearest Bitcoin ATM as well. That's where you can buy it. My trusted, as I say, for me at this current time, is doing it from crypto.com because one, it's in the privacy of your own home. You're not going to a post shop. You're not going to an ATM. You're not not being like watched kind of a thing. And you can do it in your PJs. Like, let's be real. Like all for the PJs. So I'll put a link down the bottom for crypto.com. It is an affiliate link. So if you do get other stuff from them, like you'll get $25 credit as well. So just disclaimer on that one.
Another very nice option if you're in the States.
If you're American.
Is Swan. I'll pop a link down there as well. Swan do a very good, very professional service. And what they do as well is very similar to Crypto.com. They do a regular purchase. So you can set up a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly purchase. And They work with a little bit bigger amounts, so it's not really worth it for $100 or so a shot, because again the fees are going to kill you, and that's not Swan's fees. That's the Bitcoin network.
Yeah, that's standard across everybody.
That's a transfer fee on the Bitcoin network.
Yeah.
But if you're doing something a little bit more substantial, $1,000 or so a month, chuck it through Swan. And the nice thing over there is they have teams that actually actively go and look for the best prices available. And when they secure those prices for you, your Bitcoin is immediately transferred through to your own personal wallet. And it's non-custodial. They don't hold it at all. They transfer your Bitcoin directly to you, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Swissborg, unfortunately, we can't use Swissborg because we're in New Zealand. But UK, Europe, I think across America and most of South America, Swissborg is absolutely phenomenal, and they'll give you the best rates possible. All of these, though, you need to complete a KYC process. That's your know your customer process. And that's not an American thing. It's pretty much universal across the world. The governments want to know who you are and what you're spending and what you're buying. So also don't forget it. Don't even consider, forgetting about your crypto purchases when tax time comes.
They know. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows anyway. Everybody gets reports from these exchanges, organizations, or whatever. So you're not going to be able to hide it. Just the first page, if you're in America, the first page of your tax, when you do your tax report.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't live in America. You just do your first page in the form.
Your first page of your filing, right? It just right on top.
Right on top. After your name and date of birth and address, there's the next line. They don't even.
Have you bought crypto?
Yeah. No. So it is there.
People spend days and days and days searching and researching for somewhere to buy without KYC. Forget it. Maybe something like local Bitcoins, where you find direct peer-to-peer purchases. So you have people listing their Bitcoin. Your thing over there is that sometimes it can be a little bit shady. The deals can end up going wrong for 1,000 different reasons, and especially when you're working with big amounts of money, and the person only wants to sell cash, and you have to transfer 10 grand's cash out somewhere and meet them in a parking lot somewhere. And
I'm gone.
That's not the type of thing I do. That's just one end. I mean, there's also the vast majority of the trades on things like local Bitcoins are legit and are above board and are with real people. It's just not something that I do.
Okay, so with that said, guys, I'm going to summarize it for you. Our top 3 places. So for those of you, like if you got it to this part and you're like, okay, what was all the ones that they said? This is our top 3.
Let me do it.
Spots to...
Crypto.com, Swan, Swissborg.
So if you're in America, all 3 apply. If you're outside of America, Crypto.com as our top one.
Absolutely.
There you go, guys.
Did we just agree?
We just oh my god,
I love it.
You see it here first. So yeah, those are our top 3 to go to. My top one is Crypto.com. I'm like asking a question while doing the video. Can you buy an Abra?
I haven't actually used Abra in so long.
I mean, I do have Abra installed on my phone as a thing, but I'm
sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can also buy other stuff like Theta and that on Abra. Honestly, I'm going to have to verify.
So now we're going to have to do a video on what is Abra good for.
Speaking of things like Theta, that's the other really nice thing about Crypto.com. Because they have a full exchange, you're not limited to Bitcoin, and you can actually buy other things like Ethereum and Polkadot.
And CRO.
Yeah, and their own CRO, which is pretty useful because you stake it and you get very nice bonuses.
Get a cool card.
Oh, that card is just the most amazing thing. It's stainless steel. I mean, hello.
It's amazing. So guys, how do you get your hands on this gorgeous little coin? You don't. You go buy it for novelty. You go buy it on Amazon or Etsy or whatever. But how do you get the actual value and buy Bitcoin? You go to one of those 3 that we suggested. Crypto, Swan, or... Swissborg. I forgot.
You forgot because we don't use it.
We don't use it.
In New Zealand.
I use Crypto.com like I kid you not, that is my go-to. That's the only thing that I do have on my phone. So those are the top 3 places. That's how you can buy Bitcoin. And then from there, what you do with it, we will have later videos on relating more around Bitcoin, but that is the basics. If you want to just buy straight out Bitcoin, those are your top 3 go-tos.
Yeah. And thus far, Crypto.com, absolutely reliable. I have got no qualm whatsoever in leaving my crypto on Crypto.com. And yeah, every time it's a little bit more substantial, that you don't get killed, because they charge a flat fee on Bitcoin of 0.0004 Bitcoin. So, at the moment, that's working out, about $25 or so per withdrawal.
I've got a question.
So 25 on 100 doesn't make sense. 25 on 3,000?
Yeah. Now, my question, if you have already bought Bitcoin, let us know down in the comments, like, what have you used? Like, if it isn't one of the things that we've mentioned in the video, let us know so that it's something else that we can go explore and actually try that out and see if it's worth actually mentioning as well to you guys.
Before we say goodbye, we're already 15 minutes in. There's 1 or 2 really big ones that I generally wouldn't use. And PayPal is on the top of the list.
Hold 2 seconds. If you want to know the ones that we wouldn't actually use, subscribe to our Patreons. We will go into, this is going to be for our Patreons only now, on things that we won't actually use and why we won't actually use it.
You're vicious.
Okay, so if you guys want to know that, I'll see you in the Patreon.
Ciao.
Anything more you want to see, and remember to like, comment.